यदि तत्सहं भक्ति उपाहृतम् अस्नानि प्रयदत् मनः Bhagavad-gita 9:26. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, fruit or water, I will accept it. For the intelligent person, it is essential to be in Krishna consciousness, engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. In order to achieve a permanent blissful abode for eternal happiness, the process of achieving such a marvelous result is very easy and can be attempted even by the poorest of the poor without any kind of qualification. The only qualification required in this connection is to be pure devotee of the Lord. It does not matter what one is or where one is situated. The process is so easy that even a leaf or a little water or a fruit can be offered to the Supreme Lord in genuine love, and the Lord will be pleased to accept it. No one, therefore, can be barred from Krishna consciousness because it is so easy and universal. Who is such a fool that he does not want to be Krishna conscious by this simple method and thus attain the highest perfectional life of eternity, bliss, and knowledge? Krishna wants only loving service and nothing more. Krishna accepts even a little flower from his pure devotee. He does not want any kind of offering from a non devotee. He is not in need of anything from anyone because he is self sufficient, and yet he accepts the offering of his devotee in an exchange of love and affection. To develop Krishna consciousness is the highest perfection of life. Bhakti is mentioned twice in this verse in order to declare more emphatically that bhakti or devotional service is the only means to approach Krishna. No other condition, such as becoming a Brahmana, a learned scholar, a very rich man, or a great philosopher, can induce Krishna to accept some offering. Without the basic principle of bhakti, nothing can induce the Lord to agree to accept anything from anyone. Bhakti is never casual. The process is eternal. It is direct action in service to the Absolute Whole. Here Lord Krishna, having established that he is the only enjoyer, the premier Lord and the real object of all sacrificial offering, reveals what types of sacrifices he desires to be offered. If one wishes to engage in devotional service to the Supreme in order to be purified and to reach the goal of life, the transcendental loving service of God, then one should find out what the Lord desires of him. One who loves Krishna will give him whatever he wants, and he avoids offering anything which is undesirable or unasked. Therefore, meat, fish, and eggs should not be offered to Krishna. If he desired such things as offering, he would have said so. Instead, he clearly requests that a leaf, food, flower, and water be given to him. He says, of this offering, I will accept it. Therefore, we should understand that he will not accept meat, fish, and eggs. Vegetable, grains, fruits, milk, and water are proper food for human beings and are prescribed by the Lord Krishna himself. Whatever else we eat cannot be offered to him, since he will not accept it. Therefore, we cannot be acting on the level of loving devotion if we offer such foods. In the in the third chapter, verse 13, Sri Krishna explained that only the remains of sacrifice are purified and fit for consumption by those who are seeking advancement in life and release from the clutches of the material entanglement. Those who do not make an offering of their food, he says in the same verse, are eating only sin. In other words, their every mouthful is simply deepening their involvement in the complexity of material nature. But preparing nice, simple vegetable dishes, offering them before the picture or deity of Lord Krishna, and bowing down and praying for him to accept such a humble offering enabled ones to advance steadily in life, to fortify the body, and to create fine brain tissues, which will lead to clear thinking. Above all, the offering should be made with an attitude of love. Krishna has no need of food since he already possesses everything that we, yet he will accept the offering of one who desires to please him in that way. The important element in preparation in serving and in offering is to act with the love for Krishna.
Thanks a lot, bro. So, this is very important because, like we all know, that we are a spirit, soul, part and parcel of Krishna, but the body that is covering us is material, and body is made up of whatever we are eating. So, if we see as the material elements that we have in our body, they are same as that is there in the soil or earth. So our body is a combination of earth, water, fire, ether. Same calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, which is present in this earth, same is getting transformed um, into our body. We may not realize how these changes are happening, but you can see that a particular seed is being sown in the same soil. If it's a seed, banana seed, then using the same soil, banana will come out. Definitely, for any human being, that is not possible. In any of the factories, no one can make food, but it is only by the mercy of Krishna, by the potency of Krishna, that the same soil get converted into so delicious fruits like banana, mango, apple, and so on. Same is the case with flowers as well. We can see this soil, if we try to smell the soil, there is no fragrance of rose. We cannot smell the fragrance of rose from the soil. But by the arrangement of Krishna, the same nutrient, the ingredient are used from the soil, and this rose plant will give out rose which has such a wonderful smell. So from where this smell is coming? The smell, the all the chemicals that this rose plant is taking is from the same soil, and then producing such a wonderful uh, flower as rose and with such a wonderful fragrance. No human being, even though we are calling them so advanced, but no one is such advanced that they can use the soil and create a fragrance of rose. So, same is the case with our body as well, that our body is also made up of soil only because of covering of this subtle matter, mind, false ego, and intelligence. We start relating ourselves with this body, but in reality, we are not this body. This body is just like a covering made up of the same soil, which make different fruits, which make different flower, which make same buildings. So it's the same chemical composition. But this body can be spiritualized, and this has to be spiritualized if our aim is not to again accept similar bodies. And for that purpose, Lord, being very merciful, has given us this process of offering prasadam, offering bhoga to the Lord. So we all know that everything belongs to Krishna. Even this soil is something no scientist has made. It is all given by Krishna. All the seeds are given by Krishna. So he is the proprietor of all the fruits, all the flower. But if the same fruit, same flower, if we offer it to Krishna, then he became very pleased. And the fruits, the grains, or the preparations made up of the grains, if we are offering it to Krishna, then the same food item become completely spiritualized. And then if we accept it, because we are what we eat, so our body is made up of what we are eating. So slowly and gradually, our body also started becoming spiritualized. So as per science as well, each and every cells of our body, they keep on dying and regenerating. So irrespective of maybe earlier you may not be in Krishna consciousness, you're not aware of this fact. So you may have accepted something which is not offered to the Lord, and your body is made in such a fashion that the spiritual subject matters are very difficult for you to understand. But if you keep on practicing this principle of offering the bhoga to the Lord and then accept it, then slowly and gradually, still your body will keep on regenerating. Your body will regenerate with whatever prasadam that you are eating. And that means that slowly and gradually start becoming spiritualized. And as it will become more and more spiritualized, understanding that you are not this body, but you are the spirit soul, understanding the spiritual subject matter will become more and more easy to you. Srila Prabhupada has said that those who are eating non-vegetarian food stuff, for them to understand spiritual subject matter become very, very difficult. Why? Because they are engaged in such an ugra karma. Because when an animal is dying, you can understand that how painful that situation is for that animal. So it has so much of ugra karma. If the people are eating non-vegetarian food stuff because of so much fear in which that animal is dying, so much of violence that is committed against him, they become more and more covered. They become just like a dead rock. And to rock, what, how much you will preach, it will become impossible for him to get converted. So same thing happen with people who are eating non-vegetarian food stuff. They become so much covered that this understanding spiritual subject matter will become almost impossible for them. So, hence, in Krishna consciousness, we are saying no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling. And accept, and we are not vegetarian, we are Krishnatarian. That is, we accept uh, the food stuff that is first being offered to Krishna. And Krishna, as we know, he is Bhavagrahi. So, if you are preparing um some food out of love for Krishna, your consciousness is that how Krishna will enjoy eating this food stuff. Then you offer it to him. He accepted. There are prayers as well. We'll discuss that as well toward the end of the session. We chant the authorized prayers. So basically, we have to um, chant the prayers to our spiritual master, prayers to Srila Prabhupada, prayers to Panchatattva, prayers to Lord Krishna, so that this food stuff gradually, when so we offer it to our spiritual master, and then spiritual master further offers it to his spiritual master. In that way, in the disciplic succession, the food ultimately reach to Krishna, and then Krishna accepts it. So even if we can very faithfully chant the Guru Pranam mantra and request our spiritual master to offer it to the Lord and Guru Parampara, then also if all the other prayers we may be not able to chant it properly, or maybe uh, we are distracted, we may not be able to chant it with full attention. Then also, if we have done our proper prayers to our spiritual master, then we can rest assured that the bhoga will reach to the Lord and will be accepted by him, because ultimately our spiritual master is connected in Guru Parampara. He has the capacity, we are not capable, but he has the capacity, and because of his request, the bhoga is being accepted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And some people may wonder that how, so we may have a picture of the Lord, picture of the altar, picture of the Guru Parampara. Some people may wonder that how Lord can accept through the picture. So one has to understand that our spiritual master is also completely spiritual. The complete Guru Parampara is completely spiritual. Krishna is completely spiritual. So, and Krishna is omnipotent. He is present everywhere. In each and every atoms, he is present. And same is the case in the DT form. DT form is there in front of us because we cannot experience Krishna everywhere. So he kindly have appeared in the form of the deities. But in reality, he is everywhere. So when we offer it in the front of picture, Krishna being omnipresent, omnipotent, just by looking at that food, Krishna accept it. Because Krishna's body is not like our body. Krishna's body is not material body. Our body is material. Because this is a material covering. Our legs will act like leg, our hand will act like hand. For us to eat, we have to put the food in our mouth and then we can eat. But Krishna is completely spiritual. He just looking at it completely spiritualize the food. So the food being accepted by him also get transformed. And you can feel it like the same bhoga if you prepare and you offer it to Krishna and then you eat it, the food is completely the quality of the food completely get transformed. The taste completely get transformed. And no other food will be in any comparison to the food that is prepared out of love for the Lord and offered to him and being accepted by him. That's a proven fact. Like if someone is experienced, one can see that. And that's why the reason is like if you will eat prasadam at the temple prepared with love for the Lord and accepted by the Lord, that will feel completely different to any outside food or any hotel food that you will eat. It will be completely spiritual, transcendental because it is also nourishing our soul. So many of you have experience when to going to Jagannath Puri, and if you taste that food, you will feel the taste is completely out of the world. So the reason is that when Lord accepted, the food become completely transformed, and when you eat it, not only your body get nourished, even your soul get nourished. There is a very nice story around it. Um, so there is a very famous saint Sri Ramanujacharya. You all might have heard about him. He is one of the Acharya in Sri Sampradaya. So this Ramanujacharya, he was once, it so happened that he took his prasadam, and after taking his prasadam, there was a flowing river. He inserted his hand in the river and he was washing his hand. And there are some rice particle that has stuck in his hand. And we know that fishes in the pond or in the river, any food you will throw to the fishes, they will quickly come and they will grab it. So same is the case. So much of rice particle that has came out of his hand. There are so many fishes quickly came and they accepted that rice particle, rice prasadam. And as soon as they accepted it, to the surprise of his disciples, these fishes take the form of four-handed Vishnu form, uh, that is completely spiritual form. They get their spiritual body as same as the four-handed Vishnu form, and they started elevating to the spiritual world. In front of their eyes, all the fishes that has accepted the rice particle or the prasadam which is stuck in his hand, they got completely transcendental spiritual four-handed Vishnu form and ascended to Vaikuntha Loka. So all the disciples they got completely amazed and they told that Guru Maharaj, we can see that all the fishes who has accepted this prasadam, they got completely transformed. They got their spiritual body immediately and they left to Vaikuntha planet. But we from so long are accepting prasadam, but there are no changes in us. Why is this case? So Ramanujacharya, he told that prasadam is all merciful, it has all the potency. But you all don't have so much faith in the mercy of prasadam. When you are eating it, you are just eating is just like a food stuff, as just like you have to fill your bellies. You're not completely honoring it, you're not completely understanding that it is the mercy of the Lord. And because of your discriminating mentality that, oh, you like this item out of prasad, you don't like this item, you like this particular, you like gulab jamun more than rice, or you may like this particular vegetable more than another vegetable. Because of this discriminating mentality, you don't understand the full potency of the prasadam. That's why, because you eating it as a, considering it like a normal food that you are eating, you are not getting the result. But these fishes, they don't have any free will of their own. They don't have any demarcation propensity. They don't have any offensive mentality toward prasadam. So prasadam quickly acted on these fishes, and they immediately ascend to a spiritual world and return back toward it. So that is very important. When we are preparing the bhoga, we should have firm faith that if we are preparing it with full attention, devotion to the Lord and offering it to the Lord, Lord will accept it. And then we accept the remnant of the Lord, remnant of the food stuff that Lord has now again mercifully provided to us. And then definitely it will have transformation of the heart, because all the senses that we have, all the um, subtle body that we have, will also feel the impact. So if you are eating Krishna Prasadam, slowly and gradually you will have more control over your senses. Your mind, false ego, and intelligence will also not wander that much in different sinful directions. I think I earlier told one story as well. And that story is not of a person who is Krishna conscious, but of a freedom fighter. So there was a freedom fighter um, during a during an era before independence, but he was a little spiritual soul, but he was very much um, impacted by the different frequencies. What we'll say that some people are like very much delicate, or you can say very receptive to the outside environment, and he was little spiritual as well. He was following spiritual path. He also have his guru. And this freedom fighter, because he was put behind the bar by the Britishers along with the other prison inmates. So after being there, definitely he was feeling very much disturbed, because those were all very uh, hardcore criminals, I would say. So, and in those jails, there was a rule that every day, like, or every week, or like on the rotational basis, different kind of criminals, they were cooking the food. And this person, because he was very much uh, prone to being influenced by these kind of vibrations, so whenever he is eating the food cooked by different prisoners, he get different kind of very strange dream. So once he saw a very strong dream, that in the dream, and he has written a complete book out of it. I once have read his book, so that I'm quoting from that. So once he took a food uh, preparation, and then he has gone to sleep, and in his sleep he saw that he has chopped off the head of his mother, and he is dragging the lifeless body of his mother in some different direction, trying to hide it. And looking at that ghastly dream, he came out from his dream, and he started thinking that I am having such a loving relationship with my mother. Never in my dream I can think of these things, that I have chopped off the head of my mother and I'm dragging her body. How in the hell such kind of a dream has come to my mind? So next day, fortunately, like his guru, he came to the prison to meet him, because he was freedom fighter. He was not a criminal, any criminal activity that he has done. Because of that, he's in prison. He was a freedom fighter. So his guru came to meet him for solace, and then he revealed his dream, that this kind of dream I have seen, and I'm very much disturbed that why, what kind of emotions I have in my mind hidden inside me, that I've seen such a dream. Because dream is something, if you think of something, then you particularly see that dream. So his guru said, no, that's not the reason. You just check that which person has cooked the meal last night before you have gone for sleep. So he inquired from all the prison inmates that who has cooked the meal yesterday. And they pointed out that this person has cooked the meal. And then his spiritual master inquired that what is the crime for which he is behind the bar. And thereon the inmates told that he is a very ferocious criminal. He has killed his own mother, chopped off her head, and dragged her body and buried it somewhere. Somehow or the other, he got caught, and now he's put behind the bar. So, this person, because he has such a violent personality, violent mentality, that he has cooked the food stuff, uh, and his violent, aggressive personalities, he's thinking about that incidents again, that I have chopped off the head of my mother for some money, and I have done this thing. So the vibration has entered the food, and this person who is not a criminal, who has accepted this food, who was little spiritual, so he got this kind of ferocious dreams. So then he could understand that, oh, because of eating the food stuff prepared by this criminal, I am also getting such a violent thoughts which has disturbed me in my dreams. So then he become very careful. Whenever he gets such a strange dream, he always inquire that who is the one who has cooked. So and again, in a month time, he saw a dream that there is a very young girl, and he is trying to sell that girl to other people. And then again, he thought that what kind of dream I have never looked at any girl in such a fashion. Why I am looking at this dream? And then he again inquired, and he came to know that a prisoner is there who is such a shameless fellow that he has sold his own daughter to the in the flesh market, um, for money. So, and that person has cooked the meal. So somehow or the other, he begged, like later on, so many incidents. So whenever these kind of people are cooking the food, he was getting such an intense vibration. And that's not only with him, that is the case with everyone. There is a real life example I have seen, that a friend of mine, he started going into depression. So, and he was not aware that why I am going into depression. Everything in my life is going on properly. Why I am going into depression? So he was just discussing this case with me. It was long ago. And then I just inquired from him that is there any recent changes that has happened in your cook? So he told that yes, earlier like one old lady was coming and cooking, and now that old lady is sending her daughter to cook. And I inquired that what is the situation of the daughter. So he told that this daughter is because she's being she was married, and then her husband has abandoned her for any other woman, and then this woman is very much disturbed, like she's always crying, always in helpless condition, always thinking of finishing her life, and she's coming and cooking. So I told her that this is the reason, because she's having suicidal thoughts, she's into depression, and she's cooking the food, you are accepting it, and that's why you are getting the vibrations. So that is back in India. So I told him that if you can ask her to take some leave, relax, work, focus on her mental health, and you or your wife will cook for a week, you will see a drastic change. And then you can tell me that back. And to his surprise, like as soon as uh, his wife cooked meal for him for a week, his all depressing thought, everything has gone out. It was no more there. So that is a practical thing. The person who is cooking the food stuff for you will have a great impact on your mental status. If a person who is cooking the food is very greatly mentally disturbed, you will also get mentally disturbed. If a person who is cooking the food is very lusty, you will also feel great lust. If a person who is cooking the food is very greedy, you will also feel greed. So that's why in earlier ages, if you see in case of Srila Prabhupada, he has mentioned that his father, Gaur Mohan De, whenever he was going out as well in some business activity, in some or in some vacations, he never eat in the restaurants. He will always go to a nearby temple where the prasadam is being bhoga is being cooked and offered to the Lord, and he will offer some donation, and in that donation he will get enough food for all their family members to eat. So he has a practice never to eat in any restaurant because he was aware that the food cooked in restaurant uh, will definitely have consciousness of the cook, and that consciousness when entered in the food will create havoc. If you are eating a food cooked by someone who is very lusty, you will not be able to control your senses. You will also feel the lust. If you eat the food cooked by someone who is very angry, you will also become angry for no reason. You will not be able to control your anger. So that's why, like, the earlier practice was that if people don't go to someone's house who is having inimical attitude toward that person, because if they will cook something, they don't want you to be there and you have visited them, they cook something, the food will be completely filled with that vibration, that aura. The food will appear very bitter to you. You will not at all like that food. So for the food to even reach your soul, to actually nourish you, it has to be offered to Lord. And the process is also very easy. um, Whatever clean ingredient, clean ingredient means not non-vegetarian food stuff, not the food which are grown in a dirty place like mushrooms and all, fungus, because mushroom and other variety of mushrooms are growing over the dead or or rotten uh, decomposed particles, decomposed matter. So the fungus or the mushrooms, they cannot be offered to the Lord. Uh, Onion and garlic, by their propensity, their tamasic food stuff, they cannot be offered to the Lord. So the pure and uh, clean ingredient that you procure, you cook that ingredient out of love in a completely clean environment, complete hygiene, maintaining the hygiene. Um, the cook should be clean, and then you offer it to the Lord. Lord will definitely accept it. Earlier, you will see that even right now as well, the brahmacharis in ISKCON, even if they will go to someone's house, they will ask that, okay, if they can cook the prasadam, they can cook the bhoga and offer it to the Lord. Until and unless they are not visiting someone who is initiated, they know that all the proper standard are being followed. They'll not accept food cooked by anyone, even though if it's without onion and garlic. They will cook for themselves and then offer it to the Lord and accept it. So here it's written, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yo me bhaktya prayashyati tad aham bhakti uparhatam asnami prayatmanaha. This is a very important verse from Bhagavad Gita 9.26. If one offer me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, fruit, or water, I will accept it. So initially we were discussing that even a flower, how the fragrance is coming in flower, no scientist can make it. It is there in the soil. It is coming because of Krishna only. By the arrangement of Krishna, we can smell such a fragrance. So if you collect a flower and you think that, oh, this is such a wonderful flower, I should offer it to Krishna, then that is the best use. If you think that this same flower, I'll use it for my girlfriend, it's a sense gratification. But the same flower, if you offer it with love to Krishna, that is devotional service. So if one offer me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, fruit, or water, I will accept it. So by saying this, Lord is saying that there is no hindrance for anyone to come back to him. Even if one don't have any money at all, one may be born in a poor circumstances, in poor countries, in impoverished nations, or may not have much to offer to the Lord, but everyone will have some water to offer to the Lord. Anyone can collect any leaf from the trees or plants and can offer it to the Lord. Anyone can collect simple flour and offer it to the Lord. Everyone is eating some or the other fruit, seasonal fruit. They can collect it, offer it to the Lord, and accept it. And if even if such a simple offering is made to the Lord, Lord will accept it. And what is the benefit of him accepting it? Because if we'll accept it, definitely our life will get transformed. Even a plant, for example, a rose plant is there, and you have plucked out a rose and offer it to the Lord. The benefit that the plant derive is because that plant has somehow used in the service of the Lord. The plant, after completing his life, will get human form, and again a opportunity to serve the Lord, because somehow or the other he has served the Lord through you, um, by producing the flower that has been offered to the Lord. So that is the benefit. The tree, which has given a fruit, if you offer that fruit to the Lord, tree will get the benefit after the lifespan of the tree is over, will get the human form of life with complete facility to progress in devotional services. He may be born in a family of a devotee, or somehow by the arrangement of the Lord, devotional services will come on his way. He will get the opportunity to perform more devotional services and go back home back to God. So, not only to you, to the tree which is producing the item which is being offered to the Lord, the plant that is producing the item that is offered to the Lord. If you're offering the grains, food grains, the plant that has produced those grains, rice or wheat item or whatever, those plants also get the opportunity again to get a human form of life and to progress in devotion services. So you can understand how much benefit you are also getting by already having a human form of life and offering the bhoga to the Lord. So for the intelligent person, it is essential to be in Krishna consciousness, engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, in order to achieve a permanent blissful abode for eternal happiness. Obviously, someone is intelligent. All these scientists, philosophers, they are not at all intelligent. They are working on something. They may be working to acquire a lot of wealth. They will do the valuation of their startups or collect the seed funding. Billions of dollars they will collect, and they will think that, oh, I am very happy now. I am now well settled because I have so much of wealth. Now nothing I have to do. All my next 7 generations also will feed. But he don't know that in short span of time his life will be over. He maybe have collected it for his next 7 generations, but it will be of no use to him. He will be born in some other circumstances. Again, he will start with ABCD. Again, he has to make that wealth. And again, he may have he may have arranged a fortune for his seven generation, but those seven generation also will have to take again birth in a different circumstances. They may have to become beggar in next life because of the karmas that they are doing. So it's of no use. So if one person is really intelligent, he will understand that there is no point doing the same hard work again and again in different bodies. If one is intelligent, his only aim is to somehow or the other, with whatever facilities he has got, to engage himself in Krishna conscious activities, so that after leaving this body, rather than accepting any other material body and to suffer the miseries of birth, old age, disease, and death, let me get an eternal body and let me go back home, back to Godhead, where there is no further changes of body. One can remain eternally in the spiritual world, free from all the miseries that one suffers here. Because here in this material world, it's always misery. Even a person, so called, a person may be thinking he is enjoying, he will work very hard till 60 years of his age, thinking that now I can retire and I will enjoy. But then his lifespan is about to get over. And then next 10 years, his body is finished. And his whole life, hard work till 60 years is of no use to him, because now he's indifferent again, born into some other family. Again, he will have to start afresh. Again, he has to make a fortune for himself. And then there is a repetition. So, millions of times, the same repetitions everyone is undergoing. So, only an intelligent person can understand that why same repetition, same hard work again and again. Why punah charvit charvatam, again chewing the chewed, same thing. So he will say, I'm fed up with this. And he will go back home, back to God, and engage in eternal loving devotional service to the Lord. All the activities are there in the spiritual world itself. This material world is just a perverted reflection. So Krishna, when he come to the material world, he will display his pastime. He'll say that, oh, you like to be in companies of girls. That's fine. You see, I also have so many girlfriends. You want to be with a beautiful wife, you can come to the spiritual world. In a spiritual world, the women's are millions time more beautiful than compared to people here. Men are million time more strong than the men here. But because being completely directly engaged in the service to the Lord, they don't have any desire for sense gratification. The senses are completely controlled. But if you want company of beautiful women as well, you can go to the spiritual world. Why you stay here? Because here you marry any beautiful woman, within next 40, 50 years, she will be completely old. So there is no permanency here. Krishna attract that whatever you want in perfection, that is there in spiritual world. No need to be here in this material world. Here everything is temporary. So that's why an intelligent person, it is essential to be in Krishna consciousness, engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, and in order to achieve a permanent blissful abode for eternal happiness. So, the process of achieving such a marvelous result is very easy and can be attempted even by the poorest of the poor without any kind of qualification. The only qualification required in this connection is to be a pure devotee of the Lord. So, for to become a pure devotee of the Lord, no wealth is required. It's not that until unless you are not very rich, you cannot become devotee of the Lord. No, for Lord there is no such consideration. In the material world, there are consideration. If you want to meet a person, he will inquire how much wealth you have, what is your background, what is your social status, what is your education. But for Krishna, there is no such consideration. For Krishna, if you are the pure devotee, you can approach him irrespective of whether you have nothing with you. No social status, no money, but you have love for Krishna, Krishna will accept it. So same is the case in offering to the Lord. There are no qualification that whether you have money, you have prepared very gorgeous, opulent bhoga, then only Lord will accept. No, you may not have anything very opulent to present it to the Lord. You may have very simple offering, but Lord accept the offering of love, and that He has proved when He appeared here in this material world, performed His pastime. He was invited by Duryodhan as well. All kind of opulent offerings he has prepared. 56 kind of bhogas he has prepared. Uh, but Lord was aware that he don't have love for me. He has prepared so many items just for to show his opulences, but he don't have any love for me. And I am not hungry. I am not hungry. Krishna is completely full in himself. He is not in need of anything. Even though he has so many millions of Lakshmi Devi ready to serve him, but he is completely satisfied, self-satisfied. He is not in need of anyone, but still just to give them the opportunity to service, he is taking his services. Otherwise, he is completely detached. You can see in his pastimes as well, he was completely surrounded with in Vrindavan with so many damsels of Braja, all the gopis. But in a moment's time, he left everything and has gone to Dwarka and never returned back. So he's completely detached. He's not in need of anything. So Duryodhana he has prepared so many things, but Krishna was not in need of anything. He's completely full in himself. Whereas Vidur, even though Vidur was a son of a um, maid servant, um, not from social status perspective, you can understand that not that great social status, not very rich, prepared very simple offering of spinach. Uh, Wife was also a great devotee. When Krishna came, wife could not even realize that she is offering banana peels to Lord. She was throwing banana and offering the peels to the Lord. But Lord understood that she's offering me these items with love. He started accepting the peels itself. Because for Lord, there is no difference. To us, we may think that, oh, banana is very tasty. Peel has no taste. But Lord is bhavagrahi. He accepts just the devotion. He started eating the peel itself. Just to show to us that, irrespective of whether you have made a very simple item, but you have made it with love, I'll accept it. If someone has made a very opulent item, but there is no love, he's not in need of anything. So this process is very easy. Um, it doesn't matter in what situation one is established. The process is so easy that even a leaf or a little water or fruit can be offered to the Supreme Lord in genuine love, and Lord will be pleased to accept it. No one, therefore, can be barred from Krishna consciousness because it is so easy and universal. Who is such a fool that he does not want to be Krishna conscious by this simple method, and thus attain the highest perfection of life, of eternity, bliss, and knowledge? Krishna wants only loving service and nothing more. Krishna accepts even a little flower from his pure devotee. He does not want any kind of offering from a non devotee. He is not in need of anything from anyone because he is self sufficient. Yet he accepts the offering of his devotees in an exchange of love and affection. To develop Krishna consciousness is the highest perfection of life. Bhakti is mentioned twice in this word in order to declare more emphatically that bhakti or devotional service is the only means to approach Krishna. No other condition, such as becoming a Brahmana, a learned scholar, a very rich man, or a great philosopher, can induce Krishna to accept some offering. Without the basic principle of bhakti, nothing can induce the Lord to agree to accept anything from anyone. Bhakti is never causal. The process is eternal. It is direct action in service to the absolute whole. Here, Lord Krishna, having established that he is the only enjoyer, the primeval Lord, and the real object of all sacrificial offerings, reveal what type of sacrifice he desired to be offered. If one wishes to engage in devotional service to the Supreme in order to be purified and to reach the goal of life, the transcendental loving of service of the God, then one should find out what the Lord desired from him. One who loves Krishna will give him whatever he wants, and he avoid offering anything which is undesirable or unasked. Thus, meat, fish, eggs should not be offered to Krishna. If he desired such things as offering, he should have said so. Instead, he clearly requests that a leaf, fruit, flower, and water be given to him. And he says of this offering, I'll accept it. Therefore, we should understand that he will not accept meat, fish, and eggs. Vegetable, grains, fruit, milks, and water are the proper food for human being and are prescribed by Lord Krishna himself. Whatever else we eat cannot be offered to him, since he will not accept it. Thus we cannot be acting on the level of loving devotion if we offer such food. So if a person is vegetarian, if you offer him non-vegetarian food stuff, he'll not accept it, and that this will be considered offensive. So Lord at all, because meat, non-veg is what? Body of living being who are also his son and daughter. You may be demarcating that, oh, non-veg is flesh of some lower animals. But for Lord, everyone is his son and daughter. So if a father has few children, one children may be little bit less mentally developed. And if other children will say, oh father, because this children is little bit less mentally developed, let us all kill him and eat him. Whether father will accept such a proposal? No. Same is the case. Somehow or the other, because of their past activities, they have these soul have accepted lower bodies, maybe body of an goat or body of an hen or some lower animal body. And if human being will cut it down, cut that body and offer it to his father, how much offensive that is. Same is the case here. So this non-vegetarian food stuff, uh, all this fish, eggs, they are not at all fit to be offered to the Lord. So we should offer him what he is clearly mentioning. And another thing is, so many of his devotees from a spiritual world has also came, and they also gave us the list that what Lord can eat, what cannot. Hari Bhakti Vilas, there is a book written by Rup Goswami, also mention all the prohibitions, rules, regulation around the offering of the bhoga. So it is clearly mentioned that any kind of unclean food stuff, unclean items cannot be offered to the Lord because He is supremely pure. So we should offer Him what He have requested us to offer. So if someone offer you, someone will ask you that I want a glass of water. And if he's asking for a glass of water, if you are offering him a glass of milk, he will not appreciate it. He may have a stomach upset. He don't want any heavy item. He's just looking for a glass of water. So one should, if you really want to please someone, you should give him what he's asking. So Krishna is clearly saying that I want vegetable, grains, fruits, milk. So you should offer that, not fish, eggs, meat, etc. If we are doing what he's asking us to do, then we are working on the level of devotion. So in the third chapter, verse 13, Shri Krishna explained that only the remains of sacrifice are purified and fit for consumption by those who are seeking advancement in life and release from the clutches of material entanglement. Those who do not make an offering of their food, he says in the same verse, are eating only sin. So even though someone may say I'm vegetarian, I'm eating vegetarian food stuff, but in vegetarian food stuff as well, some hinsa is performed. If you are eating spinach, a plant has been killed. You may be eating chapati, roti, but in the grinding process, some insect may have died. Or you may be eating curd, there are some microorganism that will die because of you digesting them with your bile acids. So there is a hinsa performed. So even the vegetarian food stuff is not free from any karming effect. So if you are eating even a vegetarian food stuff, you will get the karma. You are committing sin. Another thing, another sin is that, for example, you have a father. Father has worked whole day to provide you with food, and you have prepared the food, but you don't want to give any food stuff to your father. You want your father to starve and you to eat. That is sinful. Krishna has provided us everything that we are having in our plate right now. And if we are not offering it to Krishna, it is similar sin like not offering to our old father. Whatever he has done such an hard work to provide us in our plate, and we are not trying to give him anything to eat. That is sinful. So we are eating only sin if we are not offering it to the Lord. In other words, their every mouthful is simply deepening their involvement in the complexities of material nature. But preparing nice, simple vegetable dishes, offering them before the picture or deity of the Lord Krishna, and bowing down, praying for him to accept such an humble offering, enables one to advance steadily in life, to purify the body, and to create fine brain tissues which will lead to clear thinking. How this is happening? How you are, because you are eating spiritualized food, so automatically your body is getting transformed. You will develop fine brain tissues. Like non-vegetarian food eater, they cannot understand any spiritual subject matter because never their finer brain tissues will get developed. But one who is accepting the bhoga which is offered to the Lord, slowly and gradually, they will start to understand the spiritual subject matter more and more. Their finer brain tissues start getting developed, and that will lead to the clear thinking. Above all, the offering should be made with an attitude of love. Krishna has no need of food since he already possesses everything that be, yet he will accept the offering of one who desire to please him in that way. The important element in the preparation, in serving, and in offering is to act with love. So that is the core principle, that Krishna is not in need of anything. We are in need. Krishna, we have eternal relationship with Krishna. The way we want our children to eat, the way we want our wife to eat and be nice, our husband to eat and be nice. Same way, we are eternally connected with Krishna. We should lovingly offer him the food stuff that we are going to eat, prepared in love for him. And then and then that is something that will gradually purify us as well. So that's it for this session. In the last these handouts you can read. If you don't know the prasadam offering, I know you might be knowing it already. So there are two options by which we can offer the bhoga to the Lord. One is by offering prayer to, if someone is not initiated, offering it to the prayers to the Srila Prabhupada, which is Namam Vishnupadaya Krishpishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Dinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschata Deshtarine. Repeat this prayer 3 times, offer it mentally to Srila Prabhupada. Then, understanding that the bhoga will progress further from a Guru Parampara to and reach to the um, Panchatattva, offering this prayer Namo Mahavandanaయ Kishmem Pradayate Krishnaya Kishtanya Namne Gaurtishe Namah. This prayer also 3 times. And then finally, when it reaches to Lord Shri Krishna, 3 prayers of Namo Brahmana Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. this prayer 3 times for Lord Krishna to accept it. So this is one option, and another is again prayer to Srila Prabhupada if you don't have, you are not yet initiated. And then prayer to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his principal associate, which we all also chant during chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that is Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. This also 3 times, and then Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. For Lord Krishna, Radha Ji, Balram to accept it. So any of these options you can follow. Generally, the devotees follows option one. But if those prayers appear little complicated to you, or you have not remembered it yet, you can even option two you can follow. You can take a printout of this, keep it with yourself, and whenever you're offering bhoga, you can read it and then offer it. Slowly and gradually, you will learn it. So this is the way one should always, whatever one is preparing out of love, without tasting it in advance, can offer it to the Lord and accept it. And that way, one will become completely spiritualized. Any questions, if anyone is having, till this point of time? I
Hare
think,
Krishna. No,
uh,
no, thank you.
okay. Thanks a lot, devotees. So, we'll end this session for now,
Yeah.
and then we'll again meet next week, same time. Thanks, everyone. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.